Hello everyone, I'm Even Steven. Today we're going to be taking a look at Rogue Wizards. This is a game in development by the folks at Spellbook Studios. They currently have a Kickstarter campaign underway, and the description they provide is that this is a roguelike, dungeon-crawling, town-building RPG. As you can see, I have a couple of sessions here I've been working on. We will delete these and start anew if I hit the right button. So here we go. We are going to click New Game and jump right in. So as you can see, this is sort of a grid-based game. They give you a breakdown of how to get started, a nice tutorial introduction to the game, and they start with this. Everyone does the same voice. It's, you know, Deckard Cain from Diablo. Something is terribly wrong. Great rips in the very fabric of space should be there have appeared, and horrendous creatures are gathering in festering pockets of evil. I think I'm more Sean Connery than Deckard. Seek out the origins of this mysterious catastrophe. So catastrophe is misspelled here, but that's okay. This is early alpha, right? It's to be expected. Visit the tavern for possible leads. So we click on the tavern. This gives us a breakdown of the quests that are available to us. The Undead Uprising. Something's not right in the world. The dead have been reported moving about as if they were alive in the dungeon of the dead. Discover if there is any truth to this unnatural rumor, and the reward will allow the player to build new shops within their map. New buildings, rather, new structures that provide different odds and ends for the player. So in this case, it's going to allow us to build the supplies vendor. So we are going to accept this quest. Now it gets added to our quest log, and we can tap this portal to travel to known locations around the world. Basically jump to the quests that we've acquired from the tavern, right? So let's do that. You'll see that the one or more quests you have accepted will be populated on this map, and they give an indication of how difficult the quest is based on the number of swords you see, both when you accept the quest, and obviously on the map itself. So in this case, it's just one sword. It's going to be an introductory type quest. The Undead Uprising, you can click it for a replay of the mission and the reward, and then we can enter that dungeon. So here we are. Here's your character. You are playing on a grid-based game. It's line of sight. You can navigate via either clicking the mouse or using the WASD keys. I prefer to use simple mouse clicks. The WASD will be it'll be usable once I think it's tuned a bit. It's a little bit difficult to move at a diagonal at this point. I'm not sure how well that can be addressed, but I find that the clicking is more than adequate. It's very simple to navigate. It's very simple to switch around your inventory. And speaking of, we have an indication here that we're going to be using something from our inventory. These swords indicate enemies are near. When this happens, movement and attacks occur one at a time. So now that I'm near enemies, I can't simply flee. I can move one square at a time, but now that I'm in their line of sight, they will in turn follow me one square at a time. So it's in my best interest to just dispatch them. Switch active weapons using the shortcut bar. Tap enemies to attack. So I have my sword equipped. I am ready to engage. I will move one step forward, and I believe I will get smacked by that skelly. Yes, but he will feel my wrath. He's not feeling my wrath quite enough. This is an item. Tap it to pick it up. Straightforward. Everything is driven by left clicks at this point. Just so all of your actions are left click. So once you have items in your inventory, you can click on your backpack. The shortcut key is an I, And this gives you a breakdown of your character screen, your inventory screen, your magic, all those good. So we'll go through those here. Actually, the tutorial should walk us through most of it. The backpack is a handy place to store any items you find on your adventures. Drop weapons and items on the shortcut bar, so you can equip and use them during combat. Drop armor in the slots around your avatar to equip them and protect yourself. Combat statistics are based on which weapons and armor are equipped. So here's your total damage output, your total defense, and this heart-shaped red object is, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, that's your health. This is items you can equip for your body, your head, hand, neck, feet, and finger. So this is what I currently have in my inventory. You have two bags that are essentially two screens worth of inventory. This backpack and then this sort of bag. Each have the same number of items that they can hold. And then this is your quest log. Your current amount of gold you've received in the dungeons. This is your experience. Your current experience to the next level will be shown here. This is your health gauge. And obviously this is your character screen. This is your magic screen. At this point I don't have any spells, but those of you who are paying attention will have noticed that something dropped from one of the mobs that I killed. They dropped this book. So if I grab this, you'll see I'm going to learn fire magic. Fireball spell, to be specific. Your spellbook holds all the spells you have learned. Drag and drop a spell onto the shortcut bar so you can quickly equip and cast them during combat. Simple enough. And then it gives you a breakdown. This is all, I'm assuming all these numbers are going to be randomized. Or rather, not so much randomized as in they will increase as you increase the spell's level, right? So at level 1, 17.8 fire, damage with a 50% chance to ignite. Go up to 2, this is going to go up with each level as well. So it automatically got equipped to my hotbar here, which means I can cast it. I think, yeah, it auto-selected it. Now I can simply just left-click as if I were right next to the mob, and it will cast that spell at the mob. Actually, right here is something new as well. This is the Cauldron. You use this to craft new items, right? So throughout your adventures in the dungeons, you'll be collecting these various items. This is your sorry, I have to mouse over. This is your Crimson Ash. You can see it's registered here. So to make the Elixir of Life, you need 4 Crimson Ash, 4 of these orange things, and 4 of these yellow things. Those are the technical terms for those items. So once you have those in your inventory, you can then in turn craft this particular item. And this shows you how, and one of the neat things, features in this game is that you can derive ingredients from other ingredients. So let's say I needed more of these Crimson Ash, ash, that's an interesting word. I can take one of these oranges and one of these purple swirlies and together make a Crimson Ash, and then I can come back to the Elixir of Life and craft that item. So interesting system. It works well so far. I like how you can derive one item from another. It's fun. So that's our Cauldron. We've got a Skelly here, so I'm still moving 1 square at a time. I think I will give him a dose of fire. He's burning over time. He's looking a little bit depleted, and he's about to expire. He's cashed in. Give him a little pointy stick. One of the things I like about this game is how smooth it is to transition from one item to another. And I find myself leveraging and not depending on any one item. Now, right there, I just picked up some throwing daggers, right? Which are very helpful, very powerful. Actually, one of the things I wanted to mention was to the developers, I enjoy, and this is sort of the reminiscent Diablo effect, where you mouse over an item and you see its comparison to what you have currently equipped. Very handy, very useful, and works just as you would expect it. Very helpful. But one thing I always keep doing accidentally is I will pick something up, click it once, assuming it's going to get stuck to my left click action that I can then drag to my hotbar, and it gets just dropped back in your inventory if you let go of the left button. You have to click it and hold it to equip it. Obviously very, very minor nitpicking detail, but something I keep finding myself doing over and over again. So maybe it's just me. I found that kind of curious that I had to left click and hold it to drag it. But regardless, I'm probably the only one who has that problem. So I'm going to keep that equipped for now. And so like I was saying, I enjoy the fact that, or the ease with which you can switch between items, and I feel encouraged to do it because there's such a variety of things you can do against these mobs. So right now, click my dagger, chunk it at the guy, he's dispatched, very fun. Click my spell, launch it at my guy, he's feeling the burn, so to speak, and he's off to see his dead relatives. So we're going to give him a little pointy stick to the face. He's feeling left out. And there's plenty to go around. Actually, there's only one more left. Ooh, okay, new spellbook. That's excellent. So we will go and investigate what that is. I think one other thing you might notice during the course of this play is that it seems as though you can trigger your weapons and or magic when you're attempting to move to a location. Like if I'm trying to move to this chest, I've done things where I've launched a spell at that chest inadvertently, right? So it's sort of a waste of a resource, but that's probably something that can either be addressed over time or perhaps it's intentional and you have to be careful where you're clicking. So let's see what this spell is. We've got a bow, and now we've got ice magic. Very good, very good. So the name should describe what it does. Freeze. Encase the target with an ice crystal, dealing 13.2 cold damage and a 50% chance of freezing all their actions for a blank 2 turns. That should be just for 2 turns, so A should go away there. Minor niggle. And I think I've explored this level of the dungeon, right? So we can go down one. My OCD gets the better of me, and I want to explore every nook and cranny. So let's carry on. Let's find who we are supposed to dispatch, and that is we don't have a name. This is just the Undead Uprising. Okay, so we don't have a named foe here, but we know something is amiss in this dungeon. Although by the very nature of being a dungeon, I don't suppose. Oh, he's been not frozen. Oh, he was hurt, but he wasn't frozen in place. Right? There's a percentage chance that will happen. So he just took the damage, but didn't get encased in ice. So see, I had to move towards him in order to engage with the sword, which gave him an action to attack, and I took a hit to the face. So it's high time that I rejuvenate myself. You can see I'm looking a bit winded, a little battered. I love the animations. It's so fluid. I love the art style. Very well done. My hat's off to the entire team. I suppose I should have mentioned that earlier on, but yeah, for being a quote unquote, and I can't stress those quotes enough, and a quote unquote early alpha, this is one of the most polished games I've played in ages. It's just so well put together. I'm continually impressed. This is like my 5th playthrough, and the first time I've actually gotten around to recording the session, but each time I'm impressed with the new things that I discover and just how well it's all been put together. It's very well done. So let's take our elixir. I'm immediately caffeinated, and we're good to go. You can just hold right there. We're going to collect our loot, as we are wont to do. And you look like you can use a little fire. Have at thee. Have at thee. And it looks as though the loot system is aware of the spells you may have at your disposal. On my last playthrough, I don't believe I discovered the ice spell very early on, and the drops from the mobs were more in line with the spells that I had acquired. So that's interesting. You're not sort of getting things that you're not being able to use, really. I love that animation, flipping the sword when it's first equipped. Really? You're going to... let's take a quick look at our inventory once I have rid the world of Skelly Bob here. Be gone. Let's take a quick look. Let's see if we have anything. So it looks as though the system will auto-equip items that you are lacking. I didn't have anything equipped on the body, so it auto-equipped the tunic, which gave me an increase to my defense. It auto-equipped this helm, as well as this ring and these boots. Now we have another ring which looks to be enchanted. It's rare, the Ring of Harmony. It does an extra bit of, I'm assuming that's earth damage. Increases my defense as compared to the existing equipped ring, which has a meager 0.86 defense boost. So we'll put that on, and you can equip it by either dragging and dropping or right clicking, and it will equip it for you. The axe, I don't think I've used any axes yet to date, and as compared to my sword, it's substantial. Although now I'm curious, the numbers in the hotkey bar, well, you can't see when I move off. So when I mouse over an item, there are numbers in the hotkey bar. I'm assuming that has to do with the damage potential as compared to the item in that slot. I might have to look a little bit more into that. But we will equip this axe. We don't need this sword. My OCD demands that things be properly organized. And I believe we're good to go. This axe looks intimidating. I feel sorry for anyone who has to taste its fury. Yes, it works. It works well. Okay, so now we have a bit of a party going on in here. And keep you at bay. Keep you at bay. Oh, that's so satisfying, and it never gets old. Okay, here we go. We've discovered our first wand. And I will equip it as soon as I have frozen you in ice. Oh, that's just lovely. Very well. So we are approaching the 20-minute mark. We will be wrapping up this first video and this first look at Rogue Wizards. And I will be putting up the second version soon. So actually, that's apropos. Here's the boss at this level. So we will end this video by dispatching him. The next video will show us the benefits of completing this quest and what it means when we go back to town. So we will walk through that in the next video. We will see how you expand your village, at least initially, via the rewards you earn from these quests. It's a very interesting mechanic, and it flows really well. So let's start up and see if we can do some damage to the superior skeleton. Yes, he's probably going to be... and there we go. It's true, the undead we're walking about as if they were alive. I'm not sure what this means for us, but it can't be good. So let's collect our loot. Having won that battle... Oh, that's an enchanted necklace. And let's just equip it. It's extraordinary. Okay, so there are varying levels. There's, let's see, I'm assuming common, rare, extraordinary. This will boost my fire magic and my cosmic magic. It increases my defense. So let's equip that, absolutely. An enchanted sword. Okay, so now look at this. I think that means I will have an additional... No, that's not what that means. 42. I'm curious to find out what that is. I will have to play with that mechanic and see what that number implies. We have an enchanted hat. Ooh, a significant boost in my defense, and it gives me a bonus to shields as well. Oh, well, can't argue with that. And we will put this... see, there's that mechanic where I clicked it assuming I was going to drag it, and it didn't work. But I'm sure that's just me. So we will play with this in the next video. And with that, I think we will end this video. In the next one, we will warp back to town. You'll see the mechanic where I turn in the quest, and I have the option to build a new building in my town. And with that, I think we'll sign off, folks. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I'll provide a link to the Kickstarter campaign and more details on Spellbind Studios in the video's descriptions below. Please feel free to leave a note in the comments as well. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the video. and perhaps some other games you would like me to cover. I'm intending to cover mainly independent games you'll find on Kickstarter and whatnot. Games like Rogue Wizards, Stonehearth, Star Crawlers, RimWorld. Those are the sorts of games that I intend to feature on this channel. But if there are any others or any suggestions you might have, please feel free to let me know. And as always, I guess it's customary to say, leave a like and subscribe. It really does help my channel, which I guess is true. I'm sort of new at this thing, so we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.